Amazonian black jaguar, shaped by melanism ink, slipping through leaves. Green anaconda waits in ambush, heart rate sinking for days after a feast. Saltwater and Nile crocodiles wield a palatal valve, snapping underwater without drowning. If energy economy is their secret, what truly triggers the perfect strike? The Amazon kingdom of silent hunters. Across 6 million square kilometers of tangled forest, every creature is armed with something: claws, venom, or intelligence. Yet few are as feared or as mysterious as the black jaguar. At dawn in the Brazilian Amazon, mist still clings to the leaves. A shadow slips along a muddy riverbank. It is a jaguar, Panthera onca, born with a rare genetic mutation called melanism, a cloak of black that hides faint rosettes beneath the fur. Only about 1 in 20 jaguars carries this gene. But in the dense rainforest, it is the ultimate advantage. The power to vanish. The black jaguar hunts alone. Each step is measured, soundless. In a world where sight fails, hearing and scent take command. Inside its mouth, the Jacobson's organ tastes, the air detecting sweat, blood, even fear. When a red brocket deer or a peccary bends to drink, the strike comes like thunder. Its bite over 1,300 pounds per square inches, the strongest of all big cats, crushes skulls in a single snap. A large kill can feed it for a week. In this world, survival isn't about how often you hunt, but how perfectly you do it. As the sun climbs, the forest wakes. Voices echo: howlers, macaws, insects, a living storm of sound. Beneath the surface of the Purus River, the water looks calm, hiding something vast. The green anaconda, Eunyctus murinus, the heaviest snake on earth. It is an ambush hunter. No chase, no hiss, just stillness. Body half buried in mud and weeds, it waits. When the world's largest rodent, the capybara, steps into the shallows. The water ripples once, then explodes. Coils tighten with crushing force over 90 pounds per square inches, stopping blood flow, cracking bone. No venom, only muscle. Once it swallows its prey, the anaconda vanishes for weeks, slowing its heartbeat to half pace. Saving energy, a master of metabolic restraint. Females grow almost twice the size of males during mating season. As many as 10 males wrap around one female in a breeding ball that can stretch for meters, a living knot twisting through the flooded forest. High above, light pierces only in scattered beams. Here reigns the harpy eagle, Harpia harpygia, the most powerful raptor in the Americas. 2-meter wings, talons curved like knives, strong enough to crush bone. It doesn't hunt in open skies, but through the dense canopy, steering with precision between trunks. Its vision is 8 times sharper than ours. It can spot a monkey 200 meters away. When it strikes, there is no warning, only silence, speed, and finality. One blow, and the forest is quiet again. Where harpies disappear, forests change. Without them, monkeys multiply unchecked, stripping young trees bare. Every predator here is a pillar. Remove one, and the whole structure trembles. On the forest floor, another army marches. Hundreds of thousands of driver ants, Eceton burchelli, move like a river of life. They build no permanent home. Each night they weave a living nest, thousands of bodies linking together into a hanging mass. Individually, they are fragile. Together, unstoppable. Biologists call it a superorganism, a colony acting as one body, one mind. It is evolution's proof that cooperation can be as lethal as power. At dusk, light fades to gold. Raindrops fall through the canopy, blending with the drone of frogs and cicadas. On the river, crimson eyes break the surface caimans, patient as statues. Below them, piranhas stir. Despite the legends, they are not maniacs of the river. Most feed on carrion, cleaning what the jungle discards. Without them, decay would choke the waterways. Even scavengers have purpose. Every predator, strong or small, keeps the Amazon alive. In the Amazon, life and death are not enemies, they are partners. Every hunter, from jaguar to anaconda to harpy, plays a note in nature's endless symphony. And within that music, humanity, our clever, restless species, must learn to listen, not to dominate. The forest still breathes, the river still moves, and somewhere in the dark, the eyes of the hunter are watching. Dawn on the Adelaide River, Northern Territory, Australia. A thin skin of mist over mangrove roots. The water lies flat. A dark log drifts along the mud edge, only the eyes above the surface watching the cattle track. Far off, gulls rasp. Tide is rising. The saltwater crocodile settles exactly on the lip between shallow and deep, throat sealed by a palatal valve so it can open its mouth underwater without choking. Mud dusts the snout, but the jawline is studded with tiny pressure-sensing pits that read the faintest ripple, a footfall no wider than a breath. Stillness, but strung tight like a bow held at full draw. Salt glands in the tongue help it tolerate brine, letting it range from the river mouth to the surf without losing water. Wind shifts. The air tastes of mud and salt. Breathing slows. Peaceful frame, loaded lines. Across the continent, the sun already rides high over the Mara River in Masai Mara, Kenya. The sandbank is carved with zebra and antelope tracks. Beneath the brown surface, driftwood backs hold formation in a steady eddy. Nile crocodiles float with bellies up, jaws slightly open to dump heat. No sound. Dry wind brushes the grass, dust lifts, a zebra herd ghosts the bank. Rhythm here is migration, not tide. Each season, tens of thousands must cross. Underneath, jaw adductors wrap the skull like bundled rope. Conical teeth stand even and hard. Two far-flung scenes share the same heavy silence. Water smooths the bank. A single leaf spins. Minutes pass. Nothing moves, which only sharpens everything else. A stronger gust rakes the mangroves at Adelaide. Ripples break the glaze. A young feral pig steps down, licking a salt line on rock. The saltwater crocodile drives its tail in a hard crescent and launches, then drops like a spear. The wide head locks just behind the shoulder. The snap sounds dense and slick, like iron shutting. Mud and spray explode. It doesn't chew, it holds, then spins a death roll to tear and ruin balance. In a large individual, bite force can reach about 16,000 newtons for a flashing instant. But the real killers are angle and contact. The palatal valve closes. The animal drags its prey over the drop-off. Mud smears fly free, showing the dark slate of the scales. On the bank, a long slide mark inks the scene. On the Mara, the chatter of birds drowns under hoofbeats. The zebra surge down, water plates into white discs of foam. A huge Nile crocodile bursts from bank shadow and hooks the last zebra at the flank. Another clamps a leg. The whole mass tilts, like a tree bed by wind. They don't need to crush. They only need to hold and turn. Others slide aside to give the hunters space in the brown churn. In that chaos, those pressure pits along the jaws read escape lanes through micro ripples tactile vision. Big adults often deliver 13 to 14,000 newtons. When several animals latch on, the combined pull is worse than numbers on paper. Current rips hooves loose, deep mud sucks. All the advantages of land vanish when a body is half floating, half stuck. A brief rain squall darkens Adelaide's water. The saltwater crocodile has already hauled the kill into a tight eddy, where a fallen trunk makes cover. One more roll, the slab tears free and goes down cold. Inside the stomach, small stones and grit help stabilize and grind. The crocodile tilts its muzzle, then hides the rest beneath the log for the next tide to clean. Energy must pay back the days of waiting on near-zero burn. As a cold-blooded hunter, it shifts speed with sun and wind, spending only when payoff is clear. On the Mara, shouting thins into ragged breathing. The zebra sinks. The crocodile opens just enough to change grip without flooding its throat. The valve does the work, then closes and levers again. New arrivals take what's left. There's no law of equal shares, only opportunity. When the herd pulls away, the river calms. Brown circles unwind and disappear. On the sand, a few white-black hairs and bands of foam. The hunt ends as it began, inside a patch of opaque water. Evening draws in over the top end. Egrets return. Frogs click. A saltwater crocodile drags up to bask, warming the gut for digestion. Now the head shows clearly, a broad, heavy wedge of skull that gives strong leverage to closing muscles. A broken tooth will be replaced by one already growing beneath. The arsenal refreshes all lifelong. Pale scars stripe the back territory disputes, especially on the spring tides. Nests are mounded high with dry grass and leaves. Temperature inside decides sex in the hatchlings. Hot years can skew the balance. Biologists watch that curve closely. Night on Masai Mara. Moonlight drifts the surface, silvering the backs of crocodiles that lie like statues. Far away, Antelope call each other low, urgent. A ranger's light slides the bank, freezes on pairs of eyes. Rest hours, but not safety. Crocodiles also contest access to the best bends, where fallen trees carve suction and prey funnels. Next morning, the bay near Darwin is calm. On the fisherman's radio, saltwater crocodiles out beyond the surf line, riding tide corridors, sometimes crossing narrow island channels. Tolerance for salinity opens the menu from mangrove creeks to the shore break, even sea turtles or small sharks when chance aligns. Downstream on the Mara, in slower, clearer water, the pattern flips. A big Nile crocodile ignores small fish and holds the ambush slot for the migration. Every choice runs on energy math intake versus spend. Miss once and you may go hungry for days. The winner at Adelaide is the saltwater crocodile. Short, decisive bite, heavy force, clean angle. The winners on the Mara are several Nile crocodiles working a moment when current wrecks all footing. If you frame it as a record among living animals, the crown for peak bite force measured so far rests with the saltwater crocodile, with giant individuals posting very high numbers. The Nile crocodile sits just behind, and in the wild, a massive Nile can outrank a smaller salty in the only metric that matters that day: size in the moment. Numbers give us a summit. The field gives us context, body size, bite angle, rock or mud, salinity, even wind. Night wind skims the Adelaide shallows back to glass. On the Mara, dust lifts again, another crossing coming. Two worlds, one hunting blueprint, paired by deep time. In that opaque water, what truly calls life or death, before the jaws shut the bite record on a graph, or the half second of perfect timing the eye can't catch. Komodo Island, set in the middle of the Flores Sea, Indonesia. Here lives a giant, stretching nearly 3 meters, weighing over 70 kilos. The Komodo dragon, the largest lizard left on Earth. It hunts not with speed, but with a forked tongue that can taste the scent of blood from miles away. How did such a seemingly slow creature rise to rule one of the harshest island chains on the planet? At noon, on Komodo Island in the Flores Sea, Indonesia, a full-grown Komodo dragon emerges from the shade, nearly 3 meters long, more than 70 kilos of muscle and armor. Each heavy step presses deep into the red earth. Its forked tongue flickers, tasting the air. Inside its mouth, the Jacobson's organ decodes invisible chemical trails, even the faint scent of blood from miles away. In the sparse forests of Lo Liang, a mountain goat grazes in silence. Suddenly, the giant strikes. Komodos are not fast, only 20 kilometers per hour, but the ambush is brutal. One crushing bite, blood spilling down white fur. Even if the prey escapes, venom laced with anticoagulants will slowly drain its strength. The hunt may stretch for hours, even days. Night falls on Rinka Island. Crickets scream. Wind cuts through the cliffs. By a shallow stream, a wild boar searches for roots. Just a few meters away, a Komodo lies still beneath the leaves. Then an explosion of sand, a violent roar. Hooked teeth sink into flesh, bones snap like twigs. Its bite is stronger than any human could withstand. Recent studies reveal toxins in its saliva thin. The blood, sending victims into shock. At dawn on Flores Island, a dead water buffalo becomes a feast. Dozens of Komodos gather. Flesh is ripped, bones cracked, blood mixing with mud. There is order in the chaos. The largest eat first, the smaller ones wait. Komodos are not only hunters, they are nature's cleaners, stripping carcasses before disease can spread. On the beaches of Padar Island, a female digs into the sand. She lays 20 eggs, burying them under hot soil and rotting leaves. Yet danger comes not only from outside, but from her own kind. Adult Komodos are cannibals. Hatchlings scramble up trees to survive, feeding on insects and bird eggs. Avoiding the deadly ground until they grow strong enough to descend. In the dry season, the heat scorches the land above 40 degrees Celsius. On Komodo Island, dragons lie motionless for hours, conserving energy. Cold-blooded, their bodies rely on the sunday. But when opportunity strikes, all that patience explodes into power. At a dried-up riverbank, a thirsty buffalo lowers its head. From the thicket, the dragon lunges, jaws clamping onto its leg. The buffalo thrashes, blood spraying. It may flee for hours, even days, but the trail of blood is a promise. The dragon will follow. Today, the Komodo Islands are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Yet only a few thousand dragons remain. Climate change, habitat loss, and human encroachment push them closer to the edge. In fading light, it stands like a living relic of prehistory. The question remains, can this primeval hunter endure, or will it fade as the last echo of the past? Off the coast of Guadalupe Island, Mexico, the ocean is calm, almost still. Then, a shadow slides beneath the waves. No splash, no sound. Only a dorsal fin cutting through the deep blue light. The great white shark, the name alone carries fear. But beyond the stories and the teeth, what is it, really? A heartless predator built to kill, or a masterpiece of evolution, a survivor from the age of dinosaurs still ruling the seas today? Beneath the cold waters of the South Atlantic, a shadow moves in silence, massive, ancient, patient. The great white shark, a predator that has survived for at least 16 million years, remains one of nature's most refined designs for power and precision. No roars, no claws, just pure efficiency in motion. In the misty waters of Gansbai, South Africa, where the temperature drops to barely 14 degrees, this apex hunter reigns. Its torpedo-shaped body, more than 4 meters long, slices through the sea with effortless speed. Each stroke of its tail sends it surging forward, accelerating past 50 kilometers an hour, an underwater missile built by evolution. Yet beneath that armor lies a masterpiece of perception. Its eyes contain a reflective layer called tapetum lucidum, letting it see clearly in the darkness hundreds of meters deep. Its snout is covered with ampullae of Lorenzini, tiny organs that sense the faintest electric fields, even the heartbeat of prey hidden in the sand. Where light fades and color dies, the shark reads the sea through smell, vibration, and electricity. Above the surface, Cape fur seals play near the shore, unaware of the danger below. The shark circles, muscles tightening. Then, a single thrust, it rockets upward. The impact explodes in spray, the seal vanishes, and silence returns. This vertical strike, known as a breach attack, is the great white's signature: swift, brutal, and breathtakingly precise. Filmmakers may wait weeks for one perfect shot, because the shark never wastes energy. If it misses, it waits, sometimes for days. When not hunting, the great white is a wanderer. Tagging studies show individuals traveling from South Africa to Western Australia more than 4,000 kilometers across open ocean. Once thought to be cold-blooded, they are now known to regulate their body temperature, keeping their muscles warm even in icy depths, a rare trait among sharks. At night, in Monterey Bay, California, moonlight shimmers over drifting waves. A massive shark circles the carcass of a whale. Every bite is measured, unhurried. With a bite force close to 2 tons, it could crush a sea turtle with ease. And yet, it eats only what it needs. No frenzy, no waste, just balance. On the scarred bodies of females, scientists read the marks of a violent ritual: mating. Males must bite to hold their partners, often leaving deep wounds. Pregnancy lasts over a year. Each litter brings 10 to 12 pups, already more than a meter long, born armed with teeth and instinct, left alone to survive from the first breath. From an ecological view, the great white is not a monster, it's the ocean's regulator. It keeps the food chain in harmony, culling weaker predators so the sea stays alive. When sharks vanish, everything unravels. Kelp forests collapse. Species explode out of balance. The killer is, in truth, a guardian. And yet, its perfection has become its curse. Tens of thousands are killed each year for fins, jaws, or by fishing nets. Their slow reproduction leaves them defenseless against human greed. Even with legal protection, their numbers continue to fall. Off Guadalupe Island, Mexico, divers descend into crystal water. A massive white shark glides around their cage, calm, curious, almost gentle. Its black eyes shimmer in the blue. No rage, no malice, only observation. that shared silence, the distance between fear and understanding fades. It is not a monster, it is a relic of evolution, a survivor sculpted by time. As its dorsal fin disappears into the deep, the ocean exhales once more. Waves smooth out. The sea returns to quiet. The great white, feared, misunderstood, and magnificent, remains one of nature's greatest paradoxes. Perhaps what we truly fear in the ocean is not the shark itself, but what it reflects about us, Across the golden plains of Kenya, a tall bird walks through the grass. Not a crane, not an eagle. Its crest rises with the wind, eyes locked on the trembling earth below. It doesn't fly, it hunts, not with its beak, but with its feet. This is the secretary bird, the serpent slayer of Africa. What drives a creature born to soar, to fight on the ground instead? Dawn over the Serengeti. The first light drips through the acacia trees, painting gold across the bird's feathers. The secretary bird shakes its wings, then strides forward slow, deliberate, each step a silent calculation. This is its kingdom, an endless battlefield of heat, dust, and survival. Tall as a child, wings stretching more than 2 meters. It's a bird that refuses to fly. It hunts on foot, not with talons from above, but with the precision of a fighter on the ground. Every strike of its leg can hit at nearly 50 kilometers per hour, enough to crush a skull in one blow. Its legs act like coiled springs, bones reinforced to absorb impact, tendons snapping like steel cables. Evolution built a weapon no other bird possesses. Near Lake Naivasha, a black mamba slides through the scorched grass. The bird doesn't retreat. It circles, eyes locked. The snake lifts its head, spreads its hood, a warning too late. The first kick lands, then another, a dull crack, silence. The hunt lasts seconds, the lesson, millions of years. The secretary bird is patience made flesh. It walks kilometers each day, scanning every ripple of the savannah for life. When it finds prey, it measures distance, angle, timing, perfect geometry in motion. Mice, lizards, locusts, everything small enough to move is food. Sometimes it stamps on the earth until burrows collapse, and life beneath the soil trembles to the surface. Its vision is twice as sharp as ours. It can detect movement 100 meters away. Each kick is not random force, but calculation, a split-second decision between life and death. Among herds of gazelles and buffalo, the secretary bird walks freely. When hooves disturb the grass, snakes are flushed out, an unspoken alliance of beast and bird. Both maintaining the balance of the plains. In the breeding season, a pair builds their nest high on an acacia. A circle of dry branches, 2 meters wide, strengthened year after year, memory woven into wood. Both parents share everything: hunting, guarding, feeding. Their calls echo rough and low, a language only they understand. Six weeks later, the chicks hatch blind, fragile, hungry. The mother brings food, insects, then lizards, finally small snakes. Later, the young are trained to strike. The parents drop sticks, testing their reflexes. In this world, the art of kicking means survival, but the savannah never sleeps. Fires sweep the grasslands, storms rise, eagles steal the weak. Even hyenas and humans threaten the nests. Yet this bird endures. It rebuilds, it stays, because to stand is to live. At dusk, the Serengeti glows in red dust. The secretary bird walks through the fire-colored light. In the distance, something moves, a snake. The air tenses. One swift motion, one final kick. Stillness again. In a land of venom and fang, the bird stands unshaken. It was born to fly but chooses to fight. Each footprint it leaves across the savannah is not just a trace of travel, but a quiet testament. Sometimes, the greatest power of nature is not the wings that lift us, but the courage to remain on the ground. Where the Ganges River meets the Bay of Bengal, the Sundarbans stretch endlessly, an ocean of roots and mist. In the brackish water, something stirs. Two golden eyes rise above the surface, the Bengal tiger. It swims like a shadow, silent and unseen. Even when the forest sleeps, it hunts. Locals say here, the tiger doesn't just walk the land, it rules both water and fear. A giant cat that swims, stalks, and vanishes without a sound. What turned this creature into both legend and ghost of the mangrove world? Morning mist lifts slowly over the tropical forests of Asia. From the thicket, a Bengal tiger emerges. Sunlight brushes across its orange coat, every black stripe drawn like ink by nature's hand. It pauses, scenting the air, each step firm yet weightless. The tiger is the largest cat on Earth. A grown male can weigh over 250 kilograms and stretch nearly 3 meters from nose to tail. And yet it moves without a sound. Soft pads beneath its paws absorb every step, turning raw power into silence. After millions of years of evolution, the tiger has mastered the art of disappearance. Unlike lions, tigers live alone. Each one rules a vast territory, sometimes hundreds of square kilometers. They mark the borders with scent and claw marks on trees. Messages only another tiger can read. In this world, territory means life. In India's dry bamboo forests, tigers hunt spotted deer and wild boar. Across the grasslands of Nepal, they track buffalo. And in the frozen valleys of Siberia, the Amur tiger, the largest of all, faces bears in the snow. Wherever they live, the pattern never changes. Hide, approach, strike. A single leap can launch them 6 meters forward at over 50 kilometers per hour. In seconds, the forest falls silent again. But tigers are more than predators. They are guardians of balance. By keeping deer and boar numbers in check, they protect the forest from being eaten bare. Where tigers vanish, the jungle itself begins to fade. A mother tiger raises her cubs alone. She teaches them patience, stealth, and the rhythm of the forest. When grown, each must leave to find its own land, its own silence. Only about half will survive to adulthood. Yet each survivor carries the story of the species forward. Under the midday sun, a tiger cools itself in a stream. Unlike most cats, it loves water. It can swim for kilometers, powerful legs propelling it through the current. In the Sundarban's mangrove swamps, some hunt between tides where land and sea become one shifting world. No two tigers share the same pattern of stripes. Each is a fingerprint written on fur. Scientists now use hidden cameras to recognize individuals by those unique marks. And the images reveal hope. Cubs returning to forests that had long been silent. Still, survival is never easy. As people push deeper into the wilderness, the tiger's realm shrinks. When forests fall, conflict grows. There are fewer than 4,000 left in the wild, a whisper of what once was. Yet across Asia, hope rises. In India, tiger numbers have nearly doubled in 15 years. In Nepal and Thailand, their roars echo again through restored forests. As the day fades, sunlight spills across the tall grass. A male tiger steps forward, its reflection rippling on still water. He pauses, gazing toward the forest, then moves on slow, powerful, eternal. He doesn't need to prove his strength. His very presence is proof of nature's power. Where there are tigers, there is life. And as long as that roar still rolls through the forests of Asia, nature still breathes with us. In the wide Hayden Valley of Yellowstone, the morning sun glints on silver-gray fur. A grizzly bear lowers its head, sniffing the wind, claws dragging across the soil. It's following the scent of a carcass, more than a mile away. This is not just brute force. The grizzly's sense of smell is 7 times sharper than a bloodhound's. It remembers rivers, seasons, and trails as if the land itself lives in its mind. A half-ton beast, yet precise, patient, and almost calculating. How can something built for raw power move with such quiet intelligence? A A giant footprint sinks deep into the wet mud. Rainwater pools inside the impression, silent proof that something powerful just passed. At the edge of Yellowstone Valley, thunder rumbles in the distance. A shadow moves through the mist, each step weighing half a ton, yet silent as drifting wind. A grizzly bear, a creature that doesn't need to chase to inspire fear. It pauses by the riverbank, breath steaming in the cold air. The surface stills, then explodes. One swing of its claw precise, explosive, turns the water white. A single strike forged by millions of years of evolution. The grizzly is the living emblem of North America's wilderness. From Montana to Alaska, it reigns over forests and valleys. When the winter snow melts, they emerge from their dens after months of hibernation, half-starved but alive. Their hunt begins again, scavenging deer carcasses, digging for roots, stealing honey, and fishing salmon from icy streams. With a nose 7 times more sensitive than a bloodhound's, a grizzly can smell death from over 2 kilometers away, a biological radar built for survival. Beneath that thick fur and lumbering gait lies an engineered machine of strength, 4 arms so powerful they can overturn boulders. When it stands upright, a male can reach nearly 3 meters tall. Yet most of its life isn't spent killing. 80% of its diet is plant-based grass, roots, berries, ants, honey. The forest feeds the beast, and the beast keeps the forest alive. Power and gentleness coexist in a single heartbeat. Summer floods the Lamar River. Salmon surge upstream, silver flashes breaking the current. A grizzly waits in silence, its eyes fixed on the water. Then movement. A single strike sends spray flying like shards of glass. Beside her, 2 cubs watch every move, learning how to hunt and how to fail. Knowledge here isn't taught with words, it's inherited through instinct, through patience, through survival. As autumn arrives, the blueberry slopes of Alaska turn purple. The bears feast endlessly, 30,000 calories a day. Their bodies swell with fat, a fortress against the winter ahead. In hidden dens, They enter a deep sleep, heartbeat slowing to 8 per minute, body temperature falling close to 30 degrees Celsius. Scientists still marvel at how these creatures avoid muscle loss and bone decay for months. A biological secret that might one day change human medicine. Then spring returns, and with it, violence. Two males face off on the open plain. Their roars echo through the valley, muscles rippling, dust rising. When they clash, the sound is thunder itself. A single swipe could shatter bone, yet most battles end without death. In the wild, true dominance means knowing when to stop. At dusk, a mother grizzly leads her cubs along a quiet stream. The water mirrors the fading Sunday. Each step is measured, calm, deliberate. Nature's way of teaching patience: move slow, live long, strike only when needed. Night settles over Yellowstone. Mist gathers. Under the moonlight, the giant stands motionless, the wilderness made flesh, powerful, solitary, eternal. The grizzly's fatal swipe isn't just the strike of a hunter. It's nature's heartbeat, a reminder that survival itself is the purest form of strength.